Okay, this is part 3 of the Ihmig. But again, when you look at the books or Makbudi Marsha, you have to take that on more the Marsha. You know, that somebody's teaching you to do something, but there's nothing wrong with the Bumayaka, how much come with the Machupamaga from Gaudimasaboche. It's really up to you to choose how you're going to use it. Now, this is stuff Manyamaget that I try to take consideration is those things that were like 400 years ago, 300 years ago, Monadik in the books, the stuff that was recorded from paper and from audio, some of it from Kutui a long time ago, way long time ago. And we only hear stuff how things are, but we don't consider Matubi Amjadihi. What is the reason that we do that? We don't look at it that way. So that's what I'm trying to cover. And but it's just that you need to ask around, and if you can find those books when you're then it will be good for you to look through those and what those people from like the early 1900s. There's a lot of people that did a lot of stuff like the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. They've written books, and those books are still out there. And even the recent ones. So again, just going back to Katuimuk to answer the questions, Mom Kakam and so I'm just answering those questions. But that I have my stuff here that is also on my website. If you go to the computer and on the internet and you put Camillus Lopez, then it'll show you my website, or it'll give you a link to that website, and it's on a thing called WordPress, and you can find the written stuff on there. Some of it, not all of it, because what I say mostly is just taking off of when that's my mom's to say it. So the father side in our autumn culture, all the autumn cultures, lands, you always take the father's side because we're a paternal. If you're a maternal, it's the mother's side. And like I've mentioned before, like the Navajo, the Dene culture, they take their mother's side, and so the clanship is going to be whatever their mother is, or their grandmother, or their great-grandmother, or great-great-grandmother, great-great-great-grandmother. That's going to be their clanship. Achimi Autumn, we take it on our father's side. So, and most of the people in the world, most of the tribes, and again, come in different tribes, different cultures, to compare and to also see in their culture. Most of them are paternal, but I'm not saying but Sapa. I'm just saying that all of them are like the rest of the world. But there are some that are mixed. They take something from the female side and they use that for their clanship, but the father's side is the one that actually did this and that. So, but we're not like that. We're all mostly on the father's side. And so again, the father's important. When you say to your father, there's a word that is kind of generic that we use someone nowadays. Og. And like I mentioned in my clanship video, that there's 4 of them become clanships. So there's 4 clanships, and you take one of those clanships for whatever your father was. So there's actually 5, but the 4 are the actual autumn clanships. And so whatever your father is, then that's what you're going to be in the autumn style of the family systems. So there are 4 of them. And when you look back in those records from a long time ago, you're going to see some of those records. Especially there's some records they took the baptism records of Canoe and Juchcam on the Juchcam side, and they go way back to like the 1800s. And when they read those baptism records about Juica, they're not going to say Tohono O'odham or whatever, because they don't recognize indigenous. but it'll have the name, and then it's going to say on there mom or apap or wow come. It's going to say that, and that's how they recognize their clanships, not because it was important a long time ago. Also, the records that Father Kino and those guys kept from long time ago, they're housed in different places in Mexico, so that's where they went. But after that, let me start, you also see that they're saying mom, wow. And so the way to say your father, Maptaboin, is based on Hugi. But you need to know your clanship. If you don't know your clanship, you're not going to know your father. So again, so now we just use that general arc, which is kind of like, again, covers all of them. So if I had a father and my father was from the mom, well, my father is from the Mamgam clanship, then I would say, your mom. It's kind of funny, we can call my dad your mom. It's the English you get, anyway. So the other clanship, the other one, new hipa wupasik or amjit is the wow. So mom and wow. So you can write mom and turn the letters upside down, and you have wow, because it's W and M. You get it? Yeah. Anyway, mom and wow. So those are the clanships. So if those people that are from the wow come clanship, they would call their dad wow. Yeah. So, and you can say it backwards. Wow. You see, same thing. It's like the mom, but mom backwards. Mom. So, okay. And then there's the other clanship, which is what they call under the coyote. The coyote has two arms, so there's two clanships there. Up. So those people that are from that clanship and whatever father they're whichever side of the father, right or left, they would say ya up. They would call their father ya up, and that word relates more to people in the world, because they say up, and a lot of people call their fathers in the other languages across the whole earth. They say papa or abba or apa. So again, it has the sound. So apa, and then the other clanship in the ban side is called apki. So again, those people a long time ago, 400 years ago, if you heard the word apki, they would know already that they're calling their father, and you know already too that they are calling that their clanship is apki. So again, that's what they used to do. That the 4 original ODHAM clans. Now, the 5th clanship came in. Now, because those 4 all had ODHAM kids. They're all ODHAM kids, those 4. And then what happened is, because you get your clanship from your father's side, if a woman went off and had children with a man from a different clanship, those children are still considered ODHAM. But they're not from one of the 4 original, because their dad is from somewhere else. So they would call that Okor. There's a whole new family, Okor. And that's where the word Ok came from. It's the shortened version of the word Okor. And their totem animal before is the bear, Chutum. So that's what they would call their fathers Neok. But I think when people used to live a long time ago, they used to live in one community. They would stay there, they would live there, they would die there. They didn't go anywhere for a long. They didn't move somewhere else. They stayed with their families. All the ODHAM tribes stayed with their families. But as time moves on, then you start going, and then you move away from your community and move somewhere, because now you have transportation. You have horses, or you have a wagon, or you have cars, and that's what kind of split up. So a lot of people didn't stick to the clanship, because you didn't know, Kumumuk, and so I think that's why the word Ok kind of became more popular, much as the language. But I still hear traditional families so much more chichi. Matabochi, your mom. Bakaijig your mom, or Bakaijig Apki. And it's kind of cool, because I know right away, that's that clanship. Oh, I heard about them, But And again, a long time ago, if you went to a community and you mentioned that I'm from the mom clanship, all those people in that community would consider you a brother, and you could go to their house, and they would take you in, and you could sleep there and eat with them because you're one of them. You're that clanship. So, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing not to be, but I'm just saying, okay. And again, that a long time ago, again, well, at least up to the 1930s, women and men were not allowed to marry in the same clanship. Now you don't know what your clanship is, so what are you gonna do? But Anya Samachi, and so that's important for me. See those other mom women out there. Mom. Oh, okay, and your sister. Oh, yeah, me too. No romantic. Oh, yeah. Nothing like that. It's just a sister. So again, that's how they used to say father. Now the father would reply to them, Ihmig. So if I go to my mom and I would say, mom, then he would reply to me, Ihmig. What Ihmig would that be? You say, Ari tak. Ari tak. Ari means child or younger, and Ari tak means the younger one. So I know these men they were twins a long time ago. They passed away, both of them, but they're old. These old men, and they were twins. And I asked, like, who's the older one of the twins? And they said, "Who got Ari? Who got Ari?" And the old man standing there, and they were saying, "Who got Ari? You got Kuri?" I was like, "Oh, okay." So one is younger, one is older. Again, Ari tak. So your father would say, Ari tak. So if you have children, and you're a man, the children come and they say, your mom or your papa or your og or whatever, then your reply would be, Ari tak. That's your reply. That's for the men. Now the women have a whole different Ihmig. When a woman comes and they say to you something, and I'll repeat this again when I get to the woman's part, the woman's family, it would say Nyamat. Then you would say Nyachu. So that's the women. So the women, if you're a man, you can't call your child Aritak, except for certain circumstances, which I will show you as we're going along. But Aritak is always referred from the father to the son and the uncles. Okay, so we're going to talk about the father's side of the family again, because the mother's side has whole different titles. And I have my dollies here. I get these emails, from these posts when you bought these videos. Somebody said, when are you going to play your dollies again? Somebody had said that like 7 years ago when I first produced them. But so I have these little peoples, and they're my helpers, your helpers. So this is your Arita. I mean this is your father. And I'm going to use my clanship, your mom. So if a child, one of his children, comes to him, and he's going to say, or say, your mom, then he would say, your Aritak, whether it's a boy or girl, Aritak. If the little boy comes, your mom, they're saying your Aritak, because that's the clanship, okay? So those two, your Aritak, all the children, okay? So this man right here, he is the father. He has brothers, okay? So now I said before that it matters when a person is older and younger. So when they go to the father, here come the brothers, they have their own titles. Your uncles, but that's the word you're used to. Your uncles have a different title in your family, and so they're going to be called something. So when the father has an older uncle, let me see who's going to come. Okay, no, not an older uncle, an older brother, and so the father is there, and his older uncle is here. He's probably about maybe like I don't know, 20 something, and this guy is like 50, but their brothers are like 40. So they're brothers. So what happens is he goes and he talks to him, and he's in Nyasis or Nyuanak or Nyanawach. Okay, But when the children come to talk to him, they are not going to say your ork or your mom, whatever. They're going to say to him, because he is their father, they're going to say, and goody, goody. And a lot of times people will say, your mom goody, or your wow goody, or your up goody, or your up goody. And there's a famous one, or the more common one is your all goody, your all goody. So again, goody doesn't really mean old man, it means older man. So what they're saying is the older brother to my father, the older one. Okay, so that's the relationship. Goody. Now, if the little boy comes and says to the goody, goes up there and he says, Mom goody, then the way that he would reply to him is he would say, Chuchut, 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 Chuchut. So that's the relationship. But I am your mom goody, your wow goody, your up goody, your up goody, your all goody, or your goody, then he would say, and chuchut. Okay, so all your father's older brothers and cousins, male cousins, on your father's side, all have that title, goody. So, you see, goody, that's the title. So here is this man, and he is Abumyo, his all his kids. So goody. So again, chuchut. So if you have grandkids, and they are your son's kids, and so you have to remember that if you're on that side, you call your son's kids your what is it? What is it? Because they're going to call you a wask. So you're saying you wasamat. But all your nephews, you would call them chuchut if your brother or cousin has older kids. They're all chuchut. No male or female. It's just chuchut. So that's this man either. So now what happens is that the father also has he has older brothers, and he has younger brothers. Okay, so the two younger brother, older brother, it's your father. Your father's younger brothers also have another title. So they are going to say, when you go to the older brothers, the younger brothers, you're going to stop, and then they're going to say, let me see, can you copy it? Brothers, older brothers and cousin, you would say, Nyahakit. So your dad has younger brothers, so your older brothers are your goody, and your younger brothers are Nyahakit. Okay? So those kids are going to go to their father's younger brother, and they're going to go and they say, Nyahakit, I want to go and play basketball. Okay? And he would say backwards, he would and they would say Nyahakimat. So Ihmig again is the connection. Okay? So Nyahakimat. So your brothers, younger brothers and cousins, male cousins, are all your hakit. And the response again is Nyahakimat. Okay? Hakimat. Hakit and Hakimat. I have a Hakit over there. He's younger than me, but because he has that title, I call him Nyahakit, but I can also call him Nyashruhpich because he's younger than me. Okay? So that's how that works. So Nyahakit. So your father's younger brother. So he has two, your younger brother. So your the next side is your father's older sisters. Your older sisters. Your father's older sisters. Okay, let's see. Use this one. And I'm just, there's only like eight of these family members in this group, and so I'm just repeating them from the other one. So you might say, hey, that one was the whatever, but no, it's not. This is just the newer. So this is your father's older sister. Okay, so they will go, and you see, and she would say in your page, or in your wana, or in your oika, or in your what else is that? Your hajin, whatever. So, but this is his older sister. Okay, so she has a separate title. So the kids would come to her. The father's kids would come to her because she's older than her father. They would go to her and they would say, "You oxy, you oxy, you oxy." Okay, oxy. Again, the father's older brother is called the Kuri. Your Kuri, your mom Kuri, your wow Kuri. She is going to be the oxy. It sounds like ox, but again, ox and Kuri, the actual words, don't really mean old man, old woman. They mean elder or older. Okay, there's again, like I mentioned before, there's a set of little girls that I know. One of them they call Julia, the other one they call Ox, because she's older, not because she's an old lady. Okay, so this is the Oxy. So the kids will go to her and they would say, "You Oxy, you Oxy," you know, like I need a band-aid, pick you up, whatever. And they're gonna say, "You Oxy." She's gonna reply because she is the older, just like the mom Kuri. She's gonna use the same Ihmig. So you call her Oxy, she is going to say Nichuchut. When you call him your mom Kuri or Kuri, he is going to say Nichuchut, Nichuchut. So when the kids come and talk to them, the older brothers on the father's side, Nichuchut. So if your younger brother has kids and they come to talk to you, then you're going to say Nichuchut. That's the Ihmig. And like I said, just write it down and write all those names of those the older siblings to your brother, cousins, older cousins. Then that's the word chuchut when you reply. So Kuri, Oxy, chuchut. Okay. And then we have the youngers, the younger father's younger brother, and he is it's right here. So the father's younger brother is again your hakit, and he is going to call you when you go to hear him say. He's going to say Yahakimat. So this is the younger sister, your father's younger cousins, girl cousins, or sister, and you're going to call her Nyawawait. Okay, Nyawawait. Wawait. That's how you call her. So she's a Ba'im. Nyawawait. Okay, so here is little baby, and he's crawling to his wawit, and the baby can't talk yet, so he's crawling over there, and she picks up. It's gonna say and it's gonna im. What is she gonna say? She's gonna say Yahakimat, because the brother of the younger brother of the father is Hakit, and the younger brother or younger sister, the younger siblings, are all gonna say Yahakimat. even though you call this one Yawawait, she's gonna say Yahakimat. So if you have an older brother and you're a female, and or an older cousin and he has kids, all those kids are gonna run to you and they're gonna say Yahakit if they do that, or whatever if they don't. But you're going to call them Yahakimat. Yahakimat. Hakimat. Okay? So that's that father's side. There are some variations depending on dialect. So Chuchut might just be and Chuchut, the Chucht. Some people say that Chucht, and Chuchug. Some people say that Chuchug. But either way, it's going to have that front part. And then, so again, on the Shraga, the mothers, the younger brothers, they would say Nyahakimat. I don't really find any variations on that. But the old man, Kuri, is always going to be Kuri. But again, mom Kuri, or Kush, and the other one, Oxy. Or they'll sometimes people just say Ox. They'll go to Ox, or they'll say your mom Ox. Your mom ox, or your apap ox, or your wawa, then your ox, like that. Even though it's real rare, I've heard that said. For the younger brothers, yahakit. Some people just say hakt, or nyakt without the h, act. In the wawit, in the dialects that you find the v, I say yavavit, on your voft. Sometimes they'll say that too, your voft. So it just depends, but they're all that same person. They're all that one that's in that position. Again, they're titles. So that's the father's side. So those chicks, a lot of them is split up. In Miligan, you'd have Tia and Tio. They're all just uncles. Doesn't matter if they're older brother or younger brother. But the ultimate specific to that's the one. So when you hear Hakit, if somebody says to me and we're talking in the city, oh, those kids over there, they're Hakimat, I would know, okay, they're his brother's older brother's kids. I would know that already because he's saying Hakimat. If there's a woman and then she looks around and she's looking out and she's she's yelling at her. What it tells me by the way she's saying it is that those kids are her younger brother's kids because she's using that word. That's kind of like breaking the code of autumn. So if you have the old codes, you can look at that and then just know that. But like I said, suggestion. You get a big piece of paper and you write down all your father's brothers or cousins, and all your male and female. You write them on a separate, and then down below write their names. And then you tell your kids, that man that lives over there, you don't know it, but he's related to us. Oh yeah. One of the things that people are related. I think that a lot of it comes into fruition, or because again, that before you used to live in one small community and you didn't go anywhere, just stay with that community a long time ago, like 300 years ago. You didn't have no reason to go anywhere. This is where your parents were buried, and so much, and they're all one community. But now, as we split up, this thing is just kind of quit, and people don't know they're Hajin. We were at this one place one time, a long time ago, and there was a woman that was buried there, and we were asked to sing for their play for Matamoyhudin in the grave. There was these boys out there, and the young boys were gonna Moyhudin into the grave as we're singing, playing the song. So we started playing the song, and they were gonna get the thing, and somebody said something, and all of a sudden there was a fight there. And the fight just went, and this man ran, and he was trying to close the casket, trying to hold the casket. And they knocked it down. they knocked it down, and it was like Shatu, and they were fighting, and then you know the old men were pushing the boys that way, and they were telling him to go away, and they went away, and they finished, and they put the thing up back up again, and then they kind of opened the casket and fixed everything in there. And then they put it down, and you're they were stoned or whatever. And he said, but who is that? What happened? The gangs. In one community, there was separate gangs. That's something that church were doing, and it came into our communities, our Ihmig. Kids started doing that. But that man said, after we were burying in the Tamihas, and then was all this buzz was, you know, like, who's that, and why they do that, and this man said, they're from over there, and they're from, they're the same, that lady, she's Tawikor. But they don't know that, because the family is so split apart. They don't know Ihmig. And a long time ago, when we were kids, remember the Madam Ihmig, you know, you respect them, but to them this is more important. So that's the thing when and they do this thing about the marriages that you have all these kids so much that are begotten from because we don't follow that. And even those that do follow that, some of their kids be watching or be amateur, and so they're raising these kids, which again, I'm not sure but I know what the old people say. I know what the myth says about and might not be important to some people, but it befalls the whole ODHAM people, all the way into Mexico, all the way almost to Hermosillo, all the way up to past Phoenix, Montejurica, all the way that way past the San Pedro River, and all the way over there towards the Colorado River, all those ODHAM in there, and some are even in Kansas and Germany and Hawaii or wherever ODHAM are. So you need to be careful. I just wanted to say that I didn't need to preach when I'm not preaching. I'm just telling you. So this is the father's side, okay? Whenever I get a chance again, I'll do the mother's side and the pop. So just wait. But be honest with you, if you want to share. But the main thing is that people need to know the Ihmig. And you can have the chart on your wall, whatever. But if you don't talk about it, or if you don't use it, it won't work. I know my own cousins, my own their kids don't call me by Ihmig. You know, they don't say, hey, Cootie, or Mom Cootie, or whatever. They say, Uncle, and okay, here we go again. Because you can call anybody Uncle. Somebody that you want money from. Hey, Uncle, in the Chinese way, or in the Indonesian way, the Asian way, but they just call anybody Uncle if they're older, which is just an English word. But for ODHAM, we have an actual word. We need to use it. Okay? WAIK. Doctor is a or that other guy. Yeah, just kidding. You know, Sapuko Nyukut. You know, whatever you're doing, ODHAM strong. Prove it. Prove ODHAM strong.